Greetings and welcome to this edition of Happenings at 2715. My name is Kurt Gibson, and in this episode we're going to discuss some big happenings concerning the 2019 IHSA football pairings release, which is a scant few days away. For a number of years on Playoff Pairings Night, the IHSA and NBC Sports Chicago have teamed up to produce a 2-hour television show breaking down the brackets in all 8 classes, but that's not the case this year. And I'm pleased to have IHSA Assistant Executive Director Matt Troja joining me today to share, for the first time publicly, what these big happenings are. Matt, welcome back to Happenings.
Thanks for having me back, Kurt.
Okay. In the lead-in here, I mentioned what's been done over the past few years in terms of a Playoff Pairings Night broadcast. So let's break some news here and now and tell our audience what's going to happen in just a couple of days on October 26th.
Yeah, so it's a busy, crazy week and one of the more fun nights of the year here at the IHSA. So we're going to have 2 sort of different things happening on Pairings Night. We're going to have our traditional TV show that's going to release all of the brackets, going to show you the 256 qualifiers, all those first-round matches across 8 classes, set the path to Destination DeKalb and our state championships on Thanksgiving weekend. But for the first time ever out of our office here in Bloomington, we are going to stream a preview show, and that'll run from 7:30 p.m. till 8 p.m. on IHSA.TV on the NFHS network. That will then lead into that TV show I just mentioned from 8 to 9, where you're going to get all the brackets on statewide TV. And then once that show wraps up, we're going to come back on live from the office here from 9 to 10 p.m. with a bracket breakdown show so we can really digest and talk about and look at all the storylines and matchups and all the fun stuff that's going to happen here over the next 5 weeks.
That's quite a change. That sounds exciting. What has brought, what's sort of the backstory there? What's brought all this together?
Well, we made a change in our TV partnership over the summer here. Had a great partnership with NBC Sports Chicago, but an opportunity presented itself with Quincy Media that we think is, we know it's going to provide an opportunity for more fans, more high school fans around the state to see our playoff show and then our basketball and football state final games, especially in Southern Illinois. And so we're excited about that. And with that change, we decided to pare down the show to an hour. But we also thought that there was still a hunger out there for more high school football content on this night. So we thought we'd give it a go here, and we're excited about it.
So, that sounds exciting. If a high school sports fan wants to tune in for a couple hours of high school football news and happenings in Illinois, is it going to be the same set of talent doing all those shows, or we're going to have different talent in different spots?
Great question. A lot of familiar faces, but in some different spots. So on our pre and our post show, coming from our office, the one on the NFHS network at IHSA TV, you're going to see the resident bracketologist in our state, Steve Susi from Friday Night Drive. He is going to be joined with the immortal Edgy Tim O'Halloran from edgytim.com and NBC Sports Chicago, and just about anything high school football related in Illinois for the last 20 years. And then Jim Taylor from WRMJ is gonna join them as well. And if you've been around high school sports in Illinois, you know that you probably know Jim because he's got his hand in everything.
Yeah.
So those guys will do our pre and our post show. For the actual bracket reveal out of the WEEK studios in Peoria is where that show will originate, and you'll have the sports director from there, Jim Matson, also the sports director from WGEM in Quincy, Tony Cornish Jr., and then again, as I said, a familiar face, Dave Bernhard, who's called IHSA TV stuff for seemingly forever, will be with them as well. So it's going to be a fun night, and obviously a lot of folks there who know a lot about high school football in the state.
Yeah, a couple of new voices, but certainly a lot of trusted veterans of gridiron action from over the years. So it'll be good to see everybody again.
Yes, sir.
So we talked about, or you mentioned, I should say, the new television partnership with Quincy Media. Why don't you talk for a minute about, and you alluded to also that it is likely going to expand coverage to create a better statewide presence across a number of marketplaces and footprints in our state. Why don't you just work our audience through what that means, where they're going to be able to find games, how they can find out where they're going to be able to watch these games.
Absolutely. And we always give the disclaimer, check your local listings. Depending on your cable, your satellite, or if you're a cord cutter, all these channels might be a little bit different. But here's kind of the baseline to start with. If you're in the Springfield, Champaign, Decatur markets, you're looking for WCIX's My TV station. If you're in Chicago, it's going to air on WCIU and WMEU on The U. Southern Illinois, originating out of Harrisburg, their WSIL station. It'll be on their Heroes and Icons network. The Peoria, Bloomington area, as I mentioned, WEK, and it'll air on their CW station. This is going to become a recurring theme here now. Quad Cities, their KGCW, also a CW affiliate. Quincy, WGEM, also a CW. Rockford, WREX. Again, what do you think, Kurt?
CW.
CW. St. Louis, closing it out. KPLR, also a CW affiliate. And then, for whatever reason, if you're not in front of a TV that night, want to pick it up on your phone or a tablet or wherever you might be out and about, you can always get it on the NFHS network at IHSA.tv.
And I'm guessing fans, if they want to go back and they can double check those stations, numbers, CW, whatever, those are all going to be listed on the IHSA website as well.
It is. I went on my channel guide earlier this week and looked, and at 8 o'clock on Saturday, October 26th, it's showing me the IHSA playoff pairing show on my guide there. So I clicked DVR, and I hope many others do as well.
Very good, very good. And this distribution plan will be the same then. I know we're talking football, but it'll be the same when we get into basketball season, right?
For football and state football and basketball, yeah, it should be almost virtually the same. We got to verify that as we get a little bit closer. Could be a channel or two change, maybe in a market or two, but we're hoping not. We're hoping this will be steady across the board.
Excellent, excellent. Well, it sounds like it's going to be an exciting night. I know at least around here in the office, things are getting ramped up a little bit as final simulations and projections are being bandied about, but certainly the games on Friday and Saturday will make the final determination about who the 256 are.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm really excited. This preview show has the potential to be a lot of fun. You've got East St. Louis on the 5A, 6A border. You've got Rochester on the 4A, 5A border. I mean, there's some perennial powers. We don't know where you're going to land. You know, you're going to get Susie, some of his projections there before the show, and then we'll get to see if they come true. And then, again, you get to listen to those guys from 9 to 10, break it all down again.
The only way a fan's going to find out where people land is to watch the shows.
That's right. And then, of course, they'll be on our website afterward as you want to study them and break them down.
Well, as we get into the end of October and the beginning part of November, it's an exciting time for high school football here in Illinois. There's no doubt about that.
Absolutely.
So just in closing then, Matt, I want to thank you for joining me today on Happenings to discuss the IHSA's new venture in broadcasting, its new television partnership with Quincy Media, and some of the exciting happenings that'll be on display come Saturday, October 26th. It'll certainly be a can't-miss viewing night for high school sports fans in Illinois. So on behalf of our entire production crew here at Happenings at 2715, we appreciate you taking the time today to join us for this broadcast. Thanks again for your continued support, and remember, you can support your local community best by attending one of its high school events.